Right, where do we start? Frustration, anger. As a farmer, I've just been listening to what's happening out in Denmark, and the Danish farmers are out again protesting. They're frustrated about all the regulations, all the rules, tax, how they're restricting them from producing food. You know, we need to be asking questions. This is seriously not just a British or a European, seems to be a bloody global problem that most governments are trying to restrict our ability to produce food, as in the farmers. Why is this? You know, we hear so many different conspiracy theories and people talking about, WEF. We talk about Davos and, how Bill Gates wants us eating bugs, stopping us from reproducing, bringing the Earth's population down. I haven't got a clue. I'll be honest with you, I haven't got a clue. But what I have got a clue about is what's happening in Wales. So we have an SFS, which is a sustainable farming scheme, where they're trying to, take away a lot of our land to grow trees. It's so-called supposed to be an environmental scheme to bring back nature. But they've had these schemes in this country for 25 years. Labour have been in charge of Wales on the agricultural side of things for 25 years. And they say this country is the most nature depleted. Well, sorry, doesn't it make you think? It's down to these people that are bringing people straight out of university with no real understanding of, farming, nature, environment, and writing up policies that are devastating areas. Lake Burnley is an example. They've spent millions up there, millions. It's a desert. There's no wildlife, there's no birds up there. They've taken the sheep away. They've taken the farmers away. They've taken the people away. There's nothing left there. Just a jungle. And nothing lives there. This is the problem. Nobody gets to hear it. These massive corporations and people with money come in to re-wild areas. And what do? Devastate them. As a boy in this area, we'd have loads of hedgehogs. We'd have loads of ground nesting birds, but no badgers. Now we have a protected mammal called the badger in Wales, and we've got a lot less ground nesting birds. We've got a lot less bumblebees. We've got a lot less hedgehogs. And I wonder why. This is a big old mammal that needs to be sustained, and it's eating a lot of wildlife. Nobody wants to talk about it. We've got protected carrions, crows, magpies. These are some of the biggest murderers on little songbirds that we've got. Cats as well, a lot of cats that kill little songbirds. Squirrels, grey squirrels, murderers. Honestly, they're in nests. And everybody's like, oh, don't kill them. Yeah, make bloody grey squirrel burgers. Reduce the numbers of badgers and watch the population of the hedgehogs and the ground nesting birds and bumblebees come back into nature. We have a thing called balance, and if a balance is destroyed or played with, because it's a fragile balance, believe me, things go wrong. And usually it's the people that are writing these policies, making laws, taking the power away from the people that live on the land and understand it. 35 years ago, my father said, nobody shoots any more hares because he could see the number of hares were going down. Come here now, there's abundance of them, plenty of hares, loads, and there again, feeding different creatures from the foxes, so when they die, the carrion come in. It's a balance We can produce food with nature. We can be regenerative. But we need as well the ability to farm the land properly. You know, not under draconian lunacy rules that are not going to work. You know, the right tree in the right place. Let's plant hedges and edges. Yeah, if you want to put money into hedges and edges, great. Wildlife corridors, they call them now, not hedgerows. Wildlife corridors. And there's no wildlife to go in them corridors because the government's knackered it up. In England, they're paying them to plant bloody wildflowers, you know, there's nothing to eat them wildflowers. We've got to get a balance. And this industry is getting kicked and kicked and kicked and kicked. And I'm telling you, I know 4 people this year that are going to give up their farms, give up their tenancies. Last year, there was 2 people I knew that sold up, just had a belly full. They could not be asked anymore with what was happening in this country. And it's not just this country. We see people going out in France, we see people going out in Spain, in Holland, you know, Denmark now. We've seen it in New Zealand, we've seen it in Canada, we've seen it in America. Something is wrong that the governments of this world are persecuting the people that are feeding them. And you are going to need a farmer once, twice or 3 times a day. You know, we're not here to be, you know, clapped at. We're not here to be praised. We just want a fair price for what we're producing. We work hard. We work hard in all weathers, watching our livestock, planting our crops, growing the food to feed people. And we're the last people on God's earth that want to go out protesting, I'll tell you that now. We want to be home with our families. We want to be home watching our businesses. We want to be home paying our bills. And yes, we do pay our taxes. And no, we cannot afford inheritance tax for the reason being our job at the moment is not profitable enough. So this is the crazy things that we are being challenged from. Solar panels, you know, onto farms. You know, rewilding from big, massive corporations that want to buy our land and plant them with trees so they can offset their carbon from another country. It's absolutely bonkers. Things need to change. We need you to support farmers across the world. Please share this message far and wide, because if we don't fight back, we are sleepwalking into food shortages worldwide, or they'll get you eating rubbish and glue from factories. Thank you very much for listening.